Okay guys, here's the deal. My initial intent was to make a how-to video on how to fix something that was wrong with my 350Z. Unfortunately, pretty deep into the video now, I'm realizing I haven't been able to diagnose it yet. So I think this video, I'm gonna have to ask for your guys' help. But before I do that, let me send you back to what I had filmed already in an attempt to fix this. And then we'll talk about it down the road on what to do. It has been a minute or two since we talked about the 350Z on this channel. So over the course of the last few months, the 350Z has kind of taken a backseat on the channel. If you've been subscribed for a while, you know that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the car that started it all for the Jesse Shields show. Basically, it's got some deferred maintenance, nothing too big. One of the major issues though, it's started to develop like this weird wobble. I'll try and show it to you in the steering wheel, but basically side to side like this, it just feels really loose in the back. I don't know if it's a ball joint or a wheel bearing or what. For all I know, it could be in the front. I've gone under there and I've tried to diagnose it. The only thing that I can find is, I can really easily move the sway bar. And I had a friend that was here a couple months ago and he thought maybe a front wheel bearing. We had it up in the air and we were moving it, side to side, and we could hear a little clicking, ticking. So the whole point of this episode is to help you. Maybe you've got a 350Z that's got the wobbles right now. We're gonna find out what's going on with this one. I'm, at the point where it's too hot out. I've got too much lower back pain currently to go deal with it myself. I'm just gonna take it to a shop, get it diagnosed, find out what it is, and hopefully save you the time and trouble of dealing with a shop and dealing with the diagnosis. So let me show you what the wheel's doing to give you an idea. If you were new to the platform and you took it out, you probably wouldn't know there's something wrong with it. If you were a car connoisseur, you might be like, it's a little loose, but something I can figure out. Again, I don't think it's a big deal, but let me show you what's happening. So basically just watch how the wheel behaves here on a little jerk. It wants to kind of fight me, and before it would just be like a smooth return to center. It's kind of a violent jerk now. So I don't know if that helps, but anyways, I'm gonna get this thing to a shop, get it diagnosed, and we'll go from there. All right, little girl. See you after a bit.
2 days later.
Your car is too low to get on the lift. Okay. Couldn't have told me that the first day.
24 hours later.
Round two. See what these guys say.
1 hour later.
They said they wouldn't look at it because of all the extra suspension bits I have on it, so I guess we're gonna figure this out ourselves or something.
Flashback.
It's too hot out. I've got too much lower back pain currently to go deal with it myself.
End of flashback.
This is what you do when it's 110 degrees in Arizona. $1,000 says Travis Reeder wins this.
Many hours later.
Called it.
A few minutes later.
Current temperature in the garage is 153 degrees Celsius. One thing I should add that I didn't mention before is it may seem like a small issue to you, but the biggest issue is it kind of acts like a rubber band. So if you're like in a sharp corner, or if you're doing a donut or trying to drift or whatever like me, it almost feels like the car is loading up against you. So like if you're going hard right, the car, has a natural tendency to want to go back left. But with this problem, it really wants to whip you, I feel like. I've never had a problem keeping control of this car, and I've lost it a couple times recently. So that is the main reason I'm really looking into it. All right, front ball joint test. That's a little movement. Passenger side. That's all I can find. As far as the rear of the car goes, there is no lateral movement, side to side, up and down, whatever you want to call it. If you don't believe me, I'll show you quick. Okay, up, down. Left to right. I don't think there's anything. Maybe just the tiniest bit. Try the other side quick. Okay, lateral. Nothing. Side to side, or up and down. Maybe this is lateral. I don't know. There's nothing. I've checked all the bolts back there too. Maybe I missed one, but if you guys know of a bolt that can get loose that I haven't checked, let me know. Okay, so we're on the driver's side here, and the lower ball joint is like cracked. I don't quite know how the suspension on this car works. There's like a lower ball joint. There's like, I don't know if that's like a middle ball joint or if it is even a ball joint. And then you've got, you know, whatever's up here. My big issue is with the wheel off, if I come down here and I, you know, push up on it, yeah, I know my wheel's rubbing here. I don't have my bump stops in, so you don't have to call that out. But anyways, I can still get the movement in the suspension. So let me show you that quick. Okay, so just pushing on like the lower control arm and kind of the knuckle where that lower ball joint is, I can still get movement in it. It's not from the ball joint. You got like this wishbone up here, and that's got flex in it. Obviously, I can move the shock or coil over a tiny bit. I don't know. Just to rule it out, I'm going to pop the spacers off the front and the rear and give this one more test drive just to make sure it's still doing what I think it's doing. Okay, all spacers are off. Got a matching set of wheels on now. All lug nuts are tight. PSI in all tires is, you know, 30 plus, so we're good there. Let's give it another test, see if anything's changed. To do on a corner, but it's still doing it. I know it sounds crazy, but it feels like it's in the diff. It literally feels like the, I don't know, the axles are moving side to side in the rear. I know it's probably not possible, but that's what it feels like in the car. Accelerating onto the highway here, the interstate or whatever, you know, you could definitely feel it in the back end. I mean, just right here even, it just feels out of control compared to what it used to feel like. Car just does not feel right. Okay guys, I need your help. I need all the comments that you can, you know, give me on what you think could be wrong. The more I drive it, the more I feel like it has to be in the rear. It legitimately feels like it's coming from the rear diff. I don't know how that would be possible. But side to side, the car just feels like it's willing to move left to right too easy, almost like the interior of the diff is going like this, but I don't think that's possible, especially not when you can drive it. So check the front, pretty decent. I mean, you guys tell me what you thought of that. I apologize if you tuned into this video for the fix to your 350Z. If you're way down the road watching this video, check the description. I'll probably end up updating that with the answer. Otherwise, if you're following the channel closely, I think we're looking at an episode 2. I'm gonna take all your guys' comments, start troubleshooting with what those are, and we'll see if we can't get to the bottom of this in episode 2. And just to motivate you, I do have a Z1 Motorsports weighted shift knob and its little finisher. I had this in my car for a little bit. The metal just gets too hot here in Arizona, so I went back to my, you know, OEM shift knob where the leather got stripped off, and I just rhino lined it. But if you leave the comment that is right, I will, you know, give you the opportunity to, you know, call dibs on that. And if multiple people get it right, you know, leave something else in your comment to make yourself stand out, I guess. But I think that'll do it for today's video. $1,000 says Field takes it. $1,000 says Denofa takes it. $1,000 says Osbo takes it. $1,000 says $1,000 says Forsberg takes it. $1,000 says Turk takes it. $1,000 says Bach Cheese takes it.
Travis Reeder gets the win.
$1,000 says Travis Reeder wins this.